All right, guys. Today's big question in this video is the Celtics, of course, as we've seen over the years, are built for these big moments. But are the Cavs built for this big moment? We're going to break it down. Obviously, the answer right now is no. From what we've seen over the past 3, 4 seasons and, you know, the past weekend. So we're going to tell you why. For example, I think that the Celtics, they have, first of all, you know, the comparison of the front offices is not even close. The Celtics front office has been way more successful, obviously, than the Cavs. They've, they've drafted better. They've signed. They've traded better, and they've signed more better players on free agency than the Cavs have. Because like for example, signing free agency is not about signing a player. Is giving him what contract you think he deserves. So also knowing how to budget yourself, with the money and stuff like that with your salary caps. I'm gonna give you reasons why the Celtics always come up in big moments. First off, their two stars, Jalen, um, Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown are just better players than James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. I mean, we've seen it over and over again. They they play better. They know how to win. They play better when it matters the most. Um, like, let's give an example about this season. Let's say the Cavs had a 2-0 lead going on the road. The Celtics lost game two to the Sixers. They got actually they got beat bad. They got beat by like 14 points or 12 points. So they're heading on the road 1-1. The Celtics come up in both games on the road, and I mean, not the first game, but not game three, but at least game four, just slaughtered the Sixers with Embiid playing too. By the way, last night. So they basically they just. I mean, they do this every year. By the way, they lose like one game at home, and they did that against the Cavs 2 years ago. They won the first. They split the first at home, and then they just went on the road and just won 2 games in Cleveland and got the season the series over with 4-1 2 years ago. Same thing this year. Every time people think, oh, the Celtics aren't playing well, they're moody, or either they scored the three or they don't score the three. They showed everybody that when they feel like turning it on, they can just turn it on and get you out of there as quick as possible. And that's what they've done. They went into Philly, just showed Philly that, we just basically took a break in the second game. We took an off day, came here, and whipped your ass, and kept on going. So they're about to win in five. They're up 3-1 now. Next game they'll blow them out also, and it's over. Um, Another reason is the Celtics always have role players that step up every single year. For example, I'm going to give you a big example. Pritchard's. This dude has come up big so many times for the Celtics in the past and even now. I mean, like yesterday, for example, let's. I mean, he was the reason why. But let's basically say he was the reason why the Celtics won the game. I mean, he scored 32 points, and during I think it was the first quarter. It was the beginning of it's like 5 minutes into the game, 6 minutes into the game, and Beat scores a couple of points. It's a 1 point game. He's hyping up the crowd, and then Pritchard just comes out and says, "You know what? About to stop. I'm about to shut this game down very quick." Came in. Um, um, Tatum hit two big threes, and I mean, the Celtics just never looked back. It was the game was done the first quarter basically. So they have killers on their team. Especially their bench. They're killers. They have killers on their team. Um, there's a difference. The Cavs don't have the clear instinct that Celtics has. They don't have that clear instinct. They don't know how to step up when you need to. They don't know how to when the moment is too big, they shrink. Celtics, when the moment is big, they perform. They perform better than, I mean, they overperform their expectations. Another thing, the Cavs, the Cavs, just their bench doesn't show up. Their third options don't show up. So basically, the sixth man for the Celtics yesterday, which is Pritchard, had 32 points. Our sixth man, which was Max Strus, had 1 point. Look at it. I mean, just think about that. Look at the difference. For example, their big guy isn't a great. I can't remember his name. But he's not great. He's not a great scorer. He's not even a great player in general. He has no skills. But Celtics never really had a, a star big man. Probably the last one was. I mean, Garnett was really a big man. He was a power forward. But like the past when they've won championships, they've had um, Kendrick Perkins wasn't really a great player. All he did was just hustle, fight, beat people up, get attack here and there, rough people up, score, get offensive rebounds and score putbacks. And they've always played. The Celtics have always had centers like that. And this guy is an example of it too. The Cavs never have that. The Cavs have two guys who also aren't that skilled basketball wise, especially offensively, but they don't have the other part of being a center, which is roughing people up, um, um, being aggressive. So it's not like center position is not all about being scoring the ball. It's all about how you defend, how you rough people up, how aggressive you get. You have to show a bit of heart. Those two guys, Mobley and Allen, don't have heart. Doesn't at the end of the day, it's not about you can have a better talent than the other person on the opposite team, but if you don't have heart, you're going to get manhandled every single game, and that's a big reason why the Cavs have been unsuccessful in the past 4 seasons in the playoffs, and the Celtics have been uh, successful. Even their bench, like they have these two guys who come up the bench, Luke Garza and the other guy, they just rough you up. They're not great offensively. Just rough you up, antagonize you, get in your head. You know, all this other stuff that you're supposed to be doing. So I don't know why he doesn't. Like I said in my last video, I don't know why he doesn't play Thomas Bryant. I would play Thomas Bryant because Thomas Bryant gives you that kind of edge. He roughs people up. He plays with energy. He feel like he feels like playing. Mobley and Ali, especially Mobley, you feel like when he comes to a game, he doesn't, like whatever. Okay, I'm here just to be here. You know, and you feel like Mobley, he's not physically. Not both of them are not physically built, but Mobley's worse. Like I feel like Mobley ever got to a fist fight against one of these centers in the league. I think they like, hit him with one punch. He won't even do anything. He will just keep on moving or keep on just walk away. He's just not that person. His character is not built for the playoffs, and it's showing. He doesn't have that mentality. As him and Allen just don't have it, and you have to have that it factor, especially in the playoffs, and they don't have it, and that's the difference, man. Honestly, I mean, okay, Boston have their stars. Their two stars are just way better than the Cavs' two stars, but also when it comes to, like, for example, Game 3 against the Sixers. I mean, Brown and Tatum didn't have a great game. He had like 18 points through the last like 2-3 minutes of the game before he hit two threes, but their bench kept them in the game. They would come and just produce, be productive, just be productive. The Cavs don't. It's been the same issue for 4 seasons. The role players don't step up. Like Evan Mobley, there's never once you ever saw him in any game. Not even forget the playoffs, even the regular season. Like for example, like let's say your star player had an off night. Sometimes it's not your day. You're not hitting your shots as a star player. You never thought that maybe like I'm the third wheel. Let me go. These guys don't have it today. Let me go take over the game and 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 pick them up basically, because like sometimes if a star player sees another person performing and hitting shots and taking over, it helps them it helps them uh, to pick themselves up also. They're like, okay, look, this guy's showing up today. I need to show up. You just never see it from Evan Mobley. Celtics, you can see it with the third best player always helps out. Look at the Lakers, for example. Like I'm giving you an example. Like look, Luca and Austin Reeves were injured. I mean, Marcus Smart has been out all year last year. He didn't even have a team. He just got picked up now for the playoffs. And Luke Kennard also just come up and they perform, and they've helped LeBron take be up 3-1. Like the Cavs just don't have that. They don't have anyone who can there's none of these other role players that come up and step up and say, you know what, today I'm going to take over the game. Donovan's not having it today, or Harden he's just off today. Let me take control. You can't. The Cavs never in pressure games. The Celtics are more mentally prepared than the Cavs, and we've seen it. They've seen it over year after year after year in the playoffs. It's the same thing. When it's big games, when it's last key moments in the game, the Cavs just mentally just shut off, and the Celtics don't. And that's how the Celtics are always successful, and they always end up winning, and the Cavs are still in the same position. Let me see what you think, guys. Let me know what your comments are, and I mean, I hope they prove me wrong, but right now they're not proving anybody wrong, because it's the same thing every year. This team is not built for the big moments, and even if they lose in the first round or the second round or whatever, this should be the last hurrah for this team. They need to just break it up, especially the two big guys, Mobley and Adam, because they have been there so many times, and it's the same thing. They just don't have it. They just don't have. They're not built for the playoffs. They're not built for the big moments. And by the way, speaking of one more thing, look at people who are arguing about Scotty Barnes being getting the Rookie of the Year over Evan Mobley. I think the past 4 games we've seen why. Scotty Barnes is a much better player than Evan Mobley. He can shoot. He's aggressive. He can create assists for other players. He can create his own shot. He comes up in big games. He's come up twice in both games, game 3 and game 4. He's taken over. Evan Mobley doesn't have that. He's nowhere near Scotty Barnes. If Evan Mobley, for example, got traded to a team like, let's say, for example, hypothetically, Cavs got traded him for a couple guys or a couple picks and got Giannis, let's say, and he was on the Bucks, and the Bucks are rebuilding. You think if Evan Mobley is averaging 8 to 10 points right now each game, how much you think he'll get on the Bucks? He probably won't get 5 points, 4 points. He won't. He's not even, for me, he's not even a top center. He's not even he won't even start in probably 20 teams in the NBA, top 20 teams in the NBA. It's not even close. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Leave me your comments, and of course, please, I'd appreciate if you guys like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys in another video.